All right, so section 9.1, part 2 is all about measures of central tendency in statistics. So we're looking at measures of center. So with measures of center, we have 3 that we look at in general. So the first one is what we refer to as the mean. And realistically, we could call this a couple different things. We can call this arithmetic mean, or we can even call this the sample mean, depending on what they give us. So to find the mean of a given set of values, in our case, the mean is going to be referred to as what we call x bar. So this represents the sample mean. So x bar is equal to the sum of all our data values divided by how many there are. That's it. So for example, let's say that we're looking at bankruptcies as an example. And we're given the years and the number, and we're given the year 2004, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and they give us the values 1597, 2078, 618, 851, 1118, and 1474. And it'll say calculate the mean of the number of bankruptcies. Okay, so to calculate this mean, we would do x bar equals the summation of all the data values divided by the number there are. So in this case, x bar would be equal to 1597 plus 2078 plus 618 plus 851 plus 1118 plus 1474. And that's all divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all divided by 6. So when I find the sum, we end up with 7,736 divided by 6, which gives us an approximation, and I'm going to round this to the nearest whole number of 1,289. So therefore, on average per year, there are 1,289 bankruptcies. Okay. Now, from here, we can also get what's called a group distribution. Okay, so again, keep in mind we talked about group frequency distributions. That's where we create the tally tables, and we looked at the frequencies based on the intervals. Okay, so to find the mean of the group distribution, we still use x bar, but this time we take the summation of all the x's, where x in this case is going to represent the midpoints of each of those. F represents the frequencies, and N equals the summation of F. So here to calculate the mean of the group distribution, we would take the summation of all the midpoints times the frequencies divided by N, which is the summation of the frequencies. Okay. Now, with that said, another example here, This is what we refer to as sample mean. It comes from a group. We also have what's called population mean. So population mean is also what we could refer to as expected value. And we talked about expected value in the last chapter. So when we look at expected value, we're looking at the expected value of a random variable. Now, with that said, population mean is represented by the Greek letter mu, mu. So in this case, we can say that expected value of a random variable x is equal to mu, the population mean. And we can even expand on that to say that the expected value of x bar, the sample mean, is equal to mu, the population mean. Okay, so that's talking about the mean. So we're going to move on to the second measure of central tendency, the second measure of center, and that's the median. So remember that the median, it represents the actual middle of a group of data. So for example, if I give you 4, 8, 7, 1, and 3, and it'll say find the mean, or not the mean, the median. So the important thing about the median is that we have to put the values in order from least to greatest. So here I would put these in order. I would say 1, 3, 4, 8, 7. Oops, should be 7, 8. It would help if I could actually put these in the right order. 7, 8. Okay, so because I have an odd number of values, all I'm going to do is pick the number in the middle. So in this case, the median is equal to 4. Now, what if I have an even number? So for example, what if I have 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 15? If I have an even number, what I do is I find the two numbers in the middle. So in this case, it'd be 4 and 7. So I would take 4 plus 7 and divide that answer by 2. So here it'd be 11 divided by 2, which is 5.5. So the median in this case is 5.5. So just to recap, if there's an odd number of values, after we put them in order from least to greatest, we always pick the one in the middle. If there's an even number of values after we put them in order from least to greatest, we pick the two that fall in the middle, and then we take those, add them together, and divide by 2. Okay. Now, the third measure of center is the mode. So the mode is the most frequent data value. So for example, if they give me 57, 38, 55, 55, 80, 87, 98, 55, 57, and they say find the mode, we're looking for the data value that appears the most. Well, if I look, the one that appears the most is 55. It appears 3 times. So therefore, the mode, in this case, there'd only be one, and that would be 55. Now, in another example, this time, let's say they gave me 9, 8, 3, 8, 5, 9, 12. And it says find the mode. Okay, so to find the mode, again, we look at what data value appears the most. And in this case, it could be potentially more than one. Notice here that we have 9 that appears twice, and we have 8 that appears twice. So in this example, there are 2 modes. The mode is 8 and 9. Those are the values that appear most frequently. So for our last example for mode, again, you could be given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're told to find the mode. Well, notice all the values here only appear one time. So if that's the case, if you have all the values where they appear the same number of times, we don't have a most frequent data value. So here we would say no mode or none, and that is it. All right, so this finishes up our video on central tendencies. We now finish section 9.1. If you have any questions or need help with any of the assignments, again, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me, ask questions via email, or you can ask to set up a Google Meet with me. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.